I'm sat with Ross Deacon, who is our CHL BDM for the North.
I am indeed.
It's the first time I've met you, Ross.
It is, yeah.
It's been an
first time I'm here.
absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
It really, really has. I'm just saying, what a soothing voice Ross has.
You flatter me too much.
So engaged, really, this morning in the office. So thank you for that.
It's been great.
Soothed us into Wednesday.
Bless you. Isn't that great?
Ross is here. Ultimately, you've come from part of the lender day that we've been having. So thank you for, first of all, sponsoring us and for turning up. Ultimately.
I did come, yeah.
So you're going to be telling us about the USPs of CHL.
Yep. If I can, please, yep.
Yes, I'd love to know, because
Good.
I've been hearing you all morning, and we'll speak a bit later on about the sessions that have taken place. But I do want to know why, brokers alike should be thinking, I'm going to CHL with that deal.
Brilliant. Okay. So when I talk about this stuff, I tend to, you forgive me, I move my arms around a lot when I talk. CHL, the way I position it in my mind, when you think of lenders, there's a million lenders out there,
Yes.
right? What do they do? What are they about? So I think of it as stepping stones, always stepping stones. So buy-to-let, buy-to-let business is what we're talking about, of course. So at the start of buy-to-let, you've got your high street lenders, right? Who are doing what they do, and they're doing it brilliantly. When it gets a bit more left field, you're going to go somewhere else, and often it might be Moda, right? It might be a little bit different to what the high street are doing. And then when it gets a bit complicated, it's CHL. So the word I use a lot when I'm talking about CHL is complex.
Right.
So that might be complex layered company structures, and we'll talk about that in a minute, because that's what the session was about. But it might be the internals of a property. So it might be, you've got an HMO, great, loads of lenders will do that. But it's also got a holiday let underneath it, and it's got a flat and an AST. That's all on the same title.
Yeah.
So it's the complexity of the building or the complexity of the customer by the layered company structure.
Okay.
So that's kind of where we sit in the mortgage market, and that's the sort of stuff we attract. Property types is definitely one of our strengths. Exits from bridges is a big one.
Right, okay.
Because our service is good. So you'll know, if you've got a customer who needs to exit a bridge, these do it quickly because it's expensive. But they want to go to a lender that will get it done at the right price. So we're good at that. So we can exit people who have used FCA funded or an ACFB registered bridging companies.
Right, okay.
But we can exit month one, day one.
Right.
So if the classic example I see that gets talked about a lot is where they've bought a property on bridge, they've got it for a good price, they spent 20 grand on it, they've really improved that value. Well, we're going to lend on the new value, the open market value, right now, month one.
Day one.
As long as you can show us what you've done.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And that's a swift exit to a bridge that you haven't had to keep long.
Yeah.
So it's cost effective for them. So we're pretty strong at that. Same if they bought for cash. Same rules apply.
Okay.
If you bought it added value and you want to exit. So we're good at that. What else have we got? Multi-use freehold blocks and HMOs, a lot of the stuff we do. So the type of property again. The larger stuff, we don't go above 10.
Right, okay.
So a lot of the lenders do 4 or 5 or 6. Moda will go to 6, which is great. CHL go beyond it.
So you'll catch that shortfall between bed 6 to 10.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then if the internals are complex as well, we're still okay with it. So it's picking up the bigger stuff. We're seeing a lot of landlords are changing the use of their property. They're changing it from being a traditional 2 up, 2 down to maybe turn it into an HMO, better yield, right?
Yeah.
But that means a different lender. Yeah, good yield for them, different lender required. Again, that's where we sit. Okay. So we're quite good at that. What else can I tell you about?
And with the limited company.
Limited company
bit as well that you've run through.
That's really important. We did a great session earlier on. There's me pointing at the screen. It was all on here. It's quite a complex field, that. Who is the borrower?
Yeah.
Who's the direct? Who needs to be on the application form? And that's the bit we talked about today. Really engaging session with the team here. Asking brilliant questions about why is it like that? Why does it matter? So our rules are straightforward. 4 directors maximum, but you need all directors on. But it's about that layering. If the SPV is layer 3, let's say, but it's owned by the company above, which is then owned by the directors of the company above, who needs to be on that application? So that's where we make it really simple. So the ultimate beneficial owners. So 75% of the ultimate beneficial owners. So that could be the people up here, often these guys, and the directors down here.
The UBOs.
The UBOs, exactly.
The UBOs.
Just keeping it simple and making it, from us, it's making it accessible, understandable for your guys.
Who is ultimately liable for the funding of the...
Who's steering the ship is the way I always put it. So when it comes to that model, Who's steering the ship? Who's in charge? They're the people we've got our eyes on, because they can make the changes and make the difference. So they become the borrower.
Well, it was really engaging. You
Thank you very
know,
much.
it wasn't overkill by PowerPoint by any stretch of the imagination. It was only 6 slides, but to have the visuals on it, because they're the questions that clients go to brokers and they just hit them with this information. So it's then for advisors to then ultimately dissect who owns what.
Yeah.
You know, and you'd mentioned as well, shareholders less than 25% ownership don't need to go on that application. So it's for us to be able to then go back and ask the questions or do the application as per the way CHL require that information. There's no point in ever providing things which aren't required. So if we was to go off and give all the information for the shareholders less than 25%, we're just creating work.
Yep,
we're elongating the process. You don't need that.
One of your team picked up, sorry to interrupt, on exactly that. Children, succession planning, so limited companies, where they're bringing the children in, they're giving the children shares.
Yeah.
So that 25% threshold is quite important, because, you know, if the kids are having 10% and 10%, there's 2 of them, they don't need to be on the app, but they're still involved from what they're looking to achieve, but from a lending perspective, we don't need to worry about them. So it kind of doesn't make it difficult. So that 25% threshold is pretty useful. So,
in summary, in terms of CHL and where they're standing in this market, and certainly where you position yourselves, limited company structures.
Yep.
Think of you guys. Complexity in terms of the actual security,
the usage,
address, and how that usage is made up. And the final one you were sort of saying was coming out of a bridge. Anything with the development. So certainly put CHL on the map there. But we're looking forward to seeing more of you, Ross.
Thank you.
Soothing voice this morning. I was really engaged and I was really listening, and lots for the team to take away today. So thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Watch this space as well. I'll just give us a little plug. There's some really good stuff coming from us down the road. I can't tell you yet. Okay. It's a little teaser.
It's like a little trailer.
But there's good stuff. So yeah, watch this space. I'll be back doing more of this to let you know.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Ross.